Hello, I am Mandingalingo. Today this video is going to be about the Goblins, who are player 4 on the Hobbit map made by The Hole. I'll be going through the base layout and important buildings, your heroes, your elite quests, your basic quests, typical gameplay, your unit composition, and then give you a quick summary. So the base layout, you start with your initial 8 villages, you have your herdables, your rhinos, your hunt. You also have 2 shorefish here, which have 4,000 shorefish each. You have your gold, your stone, more gold dotted around the map in good town centre positions. There is more gold outside of your base here. It is barricaded off, and this side is under the protection of orange, but is less defended than behind your own walls. Inside this starting base, which is Goblin Town, you have the Goblin Town Krepos, the Goblin Town Monastery, the Warbrood Pit, the Goblin Town Castle, a siege workshop. Down here at the mountain's throat, you have another castle and a Krepos. These are lore names, by the way. These aren't made up by The Hole. Up here, across this rickety bridge, is the Goblin Tunnels. This is a pathway, one of the pathways other than Nest, from the left side of the map to the right side of the map and vice versa. The Goblin Tunnels consists of the castle here and the Krepos here. Further up, we have Mount Graham with another monastery. You have your castle here and your Krepos here. They're the things keeping it alive. And all the way in the north, you have Erid Mithrin, which consists of the castle here and the Wander here. The heroes you have as the goblins, there are only 2 of them, but they are the Goblin King and Golfimbul. If you don't know who Golfimbul is, he's the goblin that got his head knocked off, which went down a rabbit hole, which is allegedly where the game Golf came from. The Goblin King, as you can see here, has a large aura. The aura grants allied infantry and cavalry attack speed. Your elite quest is goblins. One of them is destroying Foreshell here. Another one is destroying the Shire down here. To destroy the Shire, you need to destroy the trade workshop in the middle, where Blue can spawn hobbits, and Bilbo's house, Bag End. Killing Rivendell as well, so this castle here and this castle here. That's another elite buff for the goblins. Killing Bjorn, the 4th elite buff for the goblins. And killing Thranduil up here is another elite buff for the goblins. Same with the other civs on evil. You have killing Bilbo is a global elite buff, as well as killing Thorin's Halls, the castles, 2 castles, and the Krepos. Some of the basic quests that you have as goblins, which can still buff your units or give you tribute, but don't give you the population that the elite quests do. The first one that you should probably do is the meeting in the tunnels between the orcs and the goblins. That's where you bring the Goblin King, Golfimbul to here with 25 Goblin Warriors. They're made from your castles, the Shotel Warriors. Grey will also bring Bolg down here with 25 Kamyuks, the Gundabad Pikemen. That will give you 3,000 gold and 3,000 food, as well as giving your goblins additional armor. If you do manage to kill the Shire, the trade workshop and Bilbo's house, bringing your hero Golfimbul over here will give you 5,000 gold tribute. It will also unlock Tujin in the Krepos. That's a technology that allows the soldiers to passively produce food. Once you do arrive here with Golfimbul, the pop-up shows for everybody, so I would recommend getting them out of there as fast as possible, because that will be a target now for the good side. Once you have 100 kills as the goblins, you will be able to create Snagger Archers. These are plumed archers made from your Krepos. Keeping Golfimbul inside Mount Graham area will spawn 2 of these plumed archers every 2 minutes. Once you kill 25 buildings, most likely from blue, your mountain trolls, which you make from your stables, your battle elephants, gain +3 attack. Destroying Bree over here, just the Krepos and the trade workshop again, the Prancing Pony. This will unlock half orcs for you. They're one of the best units you could make. They are made from your monasteries. The final unit you can unlock is your best unit. If the Mirkwood Castle is destroyed, it will allow you to produce Fire Drakes from this Wander up here. The Fire Drakes have crazy amount of splash, anti-infantry bonus, a lot of hit points, but most importantly, they strip armor. Your typical gameplay is purple. When not in a tournament game, it's usually used for either the newer players or people just joining the lobby for the first time. This does not mean in tournament games it's the easiest civ to play. It just means they have a more direct 1v1 availability with blue. So purple will usually play out to Goblin Tunnels, out to Mount Graham, try and take control of this area. They can either go down to Foreshell, or they can go down to Fornost. Within tournament games, however, They can get attacked from this side from 2 players. They can get attacked from this side from 2 players. They can get attacked down here by 3 players. So it can get pretty brutal for purple. Purple can also play out of this side. He can help grey come down here and kill Bjorn. He can try and take Mirkwood, but doing so will leave blue completely open to attack him from this side. Goblin tunnels is very, very, very important for purple to defend. Because if the nest is staying up and the good side can't get through nest, their other option is to come through goblin tunnels. If the castle and the Krepos die, it is an elite buff for the good side, and the company can pass through quite safely, and then they're immediately at Bjorn's house, they're immediately at Mirkwood, they can get into Dale, and then they can get to Erebor. Goblin tunnels is a place that is vulnerable to being rushed, because teal can make rams from this side, you can have blue's infantry as support, teal and green can make rams from this side, with green's archers. That means that orange will need to defend you, but he will be coming from nest, so he has to run all the way through your base to get here, and red can come down from Angmar. Purple's base up here is usually safer because the good side normally goes through Ravenhill first. However, they can come through this way if they want to miss Ravenhill for whatever reason and just try and sneak attack Ered Mithrin. The unit composition that you will do as a goblin is kind of tricky to balance economy-wise, because at the start you want loads and loads of villagers on food. So you can get loads and loads of Shotel warriors out, possibly loads of elephants out as a big buffer. However, after your 100 kills, once you get your Snagger archers unlocked, you want to get a big mass of them. They are very useful for defending everywhere, they're quite fast, they're good for sniping heroes. So the transition from being heavy on food to heavy on wood and gold can be difficult for some people. If you are to get your half-orcs, they're the unit that you want to be making loads of, they're very, very powerful. But if you do get fire drakes, immediately stop making them and never stop. You do have the Persian bonus of your archers and crossbows don't cost any gold, so they're wood only. So if you do run out of gold, you can still make units. Once red or grey have killed camps, you want to come down here and build a market as soon as possible. Deleting your original market. Try and get trade up and running. Keeping Mount Graham alive is important. Not only is it a buff for blue if it falls, you lose production of your Shotel warriors, your rams from your castle. You lose production of your Snagger archers from your Krepos. You lose production of your half-orcs from the monastery. It also gives access through this way and access into Grey's economy. But most importantly of all, it gives blue access to this relic. If you allow blue to get this relic, then blue will unlock a unit that's very difficult for you to defend against. In summary then, the goblins are usually used for the newer players, so they can go one-on-one purple versus blue. However, in tournament games, it's not the best idea to put your weakest player on there because this is 3v1 or 4v1 territory. The goblins also get some of the most powerful units on the map if Mirkwood is to fall. The fire drakes can change the tide in any battle. This is a picture from Strong, a quick little overview of the quests and important locations. Feel free to pause and have a look at this. That's about it for the goblins. Everything's in one location really, so you don't need to look around the map, other than up here when your villagers spawn, you build town centres and some eco. Well, apart from that, I hope the sound was better in this video again. It was good than the last one, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll be talking about the Blue Mountains.